I'm like 65% terrified and 35% confident. You
Yeah.
know, and I think it should be flipped for the Lions. I think that's about right. Where
I'm lower. I'm at 55-45. I've told you this game has scared me from the minute the schedule came out. I was like, why are you? I said when we did, you did do the schedule game on the show, and I said I'm counting this as a loss. Now I didn't have them losing to Tampa at home, but I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't. I think this is dangerous. I think going out west is tough. I just like how Gannon coaches. I think you guys are in every game like you were last year, and Kyler to me could be the difference maker, and maybe a Prater 55-yarder or something, which we've seen in Detroit, could decide this game. This is not going to be an easy game for the Lions.
So what are the paths to victory for you for the Lions? Like, what are the keys to victory here?
Well, they got to get back to running the ball. 55 pass attempts last Sunday is unacceptable, and I think they will. Pounding David Montgomery, and that could be the thing. The Lions offensive line could just manhandle the Cardinals front, and Montgomery could get 20 carries and get 100 yards, and Gibbs could get 17 carries and get 90 yards. It could be that type of day. When the Lions were so successful last year, go back to the Green Bay game in Green Bay and some others, they just pounded people with that ground game, and that was Dan Campbell football. So if they get back to that, certainly containing Murray, I just think, Hutchinson's going to get in there. Kelvin Beachum as a backup right tackle is a solid vet, but he's not Williams. So if Hutch can get there, he's got to finish. There's got to be, taking Kyler to the ground, or at least a pressure in a hurry that forces a throw out of bounds, as opposed to a Murray 12 to 15 yard scramble. Alex Anzalone is going to be a question mark for this game. He's been their best linebacker the last 2 years, and if he doesn't play, that's a guy that can run down Kyler Murray. Not if they raced, Murray would beat him, but you know what I mean. So I think those are two real big keys that the Lions, if they want to win, have got to kind of shore up a little bit.
Yeah, if you can't protect Kyler Murray, none of this is going to work. It's what I've said since 2019 when he got drafted. That's never more prevalent than on Sunday, where this is a true test for this, offensive line that's been moved around. Paris Johnson Jr. looked good last week. Evan Brown, left guard, he was the highest rated, I believe. He was the highest rated, Pro Football Focus rated offensive lineman for the Cardinals. Left guard was the biggest hole void that the Cardinals had last year. Yalta Froholt is a fringe Pro Bowler at center, coming out of nowhere, got a contract extension before the season started. And then Will Hernandez and Kelvin Beachum on the right are going to have their plates full with Aiden Hutchinson, et cetera. I do see the Cardinals running a little bit more shotgun just because, it gives Kyler Murray an extra second before Aiden Hutchinson's in his face. I think they're going to run the ball, and they're going to try and establish the run like they always do. This is a run-first team, which could, render Aiden Hutchinson a little bit more obsolete than if they were throwing the ball 35 times. And for the Cardinals defensively, the player that scares me the most is Jahmyr Gibbs, because he's the one that can break a 75-yarder, whether it be a swing pass, screen pass, whether he's running, wheel route, or he's just running a streak down the sidelines. He's the one. The biggest thing for me, it's not even Amon-Ra St. Brown that's going to eat him. He's going to have 15 catches for 150 yards in it. Like, it's one of those things that Cooper Kupp I expected to have last week. The big plays are the things that'll kill the Cardinals because the defense can't afford to do it. They can't afford Jameson Williams running a go route and just burning, what bracketed coverage, which I'm sure that he'll see from time to time from whatever corner and whatever safety, whatever side of the field he's on. The big plays for Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams are the ones that terrify me the most. And I think that, listen, man, if I have to opt between passing and defending the run, I'm just hoping that the Cardinals can sustain under 5 yards a carry and have them run the ball a lot. I'd invite that more than Jared Goff throwing 40-plus times against his defense.
Yeah, I mean, Lions have a lot of talent. They do. And I love the fact that they want to win up front, and they have for the most part. Like I said, especially with the D-line being so improved. Now you're going to get, Liam McNeil freed up a little bit now that DJ Reader has a game under his belt alongside Hutchinson. And if Davenport's healthy, that's a pretty good mix up front. And again, I think Murray just finds a way to escape, which is a little bit scary no matter what defense they're putting out there. Be interesting to see how the kicking game goes. This will be a test for the rookie Jake Bates, his first road game, kicking out there. And I kind of see this as, Vegas had it and our friends at FanDuel had it about 51.5, 52 for over under. They think it's going to be a high scoring ish game. I could see the Lions squeaking by, but I do not think this is going to be an easy one at all.
No, and And I agree. And the confidence or kind of wavering confidence in your voice for the last 26 minutes and 24 seconds. You've been like, listen, we're serial. It's not if, then it's not if, it's when things kind of fall by the wayside. This is a different chapter in both of these, organizations' careers organizations, just history that neither of us really saw happening. We talked about this, that, like, if you would have told me 10 years ago that, the Cardinals would be here, that the Lions would be where they are, you'd be like, what drug test you? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be interesting to see, the one thing that I think the Cardinals may have a leg up on, which is very, very much a work in progress, is I don't see the Lions having a killer instinct. I don't see we're going to step on your proverbial neck team and just take what's ours. The NFC is wide open. The NFC hasn't been this wide open in quite some time, especially with the injuries in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So there needs to be a team that comes out of the woodwork that has that killer instinct that can just go get a win, ugly, pretty, whatever.
I'll say this. The Lions aren't cocky, though. Like, if you want the one thing that I've really liked about this franchise and organization led by Dan Campbell this entire summer and spring was we're not going to come out and think just because Sports Illustrated says we're a Super Bowl team. Sure. We were 30 minutes away from it last year and gagged it in San Francisco. Oh, we're just going to come out. They've been very grounded. They have said, hey, we're focused on the Rams. And last week, all right, we're 1-0, but we're focused on Tampa Bay. Now it's, all right, we got to go on the road. What can be that step on their neck moment this week could be big drive up 3, 4 minutes to go, and it's just Montgomery down your throat, and they take a knee and they win by 3. That could be watch this. We're just going to pound it. You're not going to stop it. They did that a couple times last year, and they can do it again. That could be that, as opposed to what you're right. What you're saying is a team like Minnesota now feels like they have a chance off to a 2-0 start because the rest of that conference is kind of up for grabs. I see what you're saying.
And kids, don't step on people's necks. We're talking in hypotheticals, and we're talking in metaphors. I'm stoked for this game.